If it's not inspiration, if it's not one of the three, I don't want it. Today I'm going to be talking about turning your self, your day into a place of meditation. A lot of times man, I don't want to get up. I don't want to get after. And those are the days we got to get after. Those are the days we got to put in the effort, the time, the ability to have the mentality to move forward in life. And many times, those challenges are the ones that are going to ask us what we're made of. See, a lot of times, people will say, well, it's just easier to let somebody else make your schedule. But the person who wants to have the life that they're looking for, that's the person that's. And so, even the biblical talks about being self-reliant. But are we truly doing that? Are we truly becoming the type of person who we wish to become? Or is it coming out through words? And so, when I was younger, I was told by somebody very wise that we work to work. And that to grow up means to work to the point where you work for yourself. And where your ability to grow is within your grasp, within your ability. And so when you open your mind, when you open your ability to believe in yourself and your mentality to become who you are, the ability inside opens up. The ability to set yourself aside from other people. And a lot of people out there, they lose that ability by giving up on their dreams, their goals. And when we open up our dreams and our goals, when we open up, a lot of times other people are going to tell you it's not possible. Other people are going to stick a finger in it and say this isn't possible. And it's in you that it can become possible. It's within the challenges that you face off against on a daily basis, the things that you seek out after, and sometimes those things are also seeking out after you. A lot of the time, when you're seeking out after becoming a champion of your story, it's going to come with challenges. It's going to come with those things that you're not going to see coming. Sometimes you're going to feel like you're getting blindsided. You're going to feel like, why do I have to take the extra steps? But you got to remind yourself that inside of those extra steps is the ability to be yourself. Inside of those extra steps is the ability to believe in yourself. And see, a lot of people out there have given up that ability to believe in themselves. A lot of people lose out on that place, that dream, because when they're seeking out after it, when they're seeking out after that dream that is going to set them aside, the universe is going to test you. It's going to ask you, is this what you truly want? And that's part of this Matrix great design. The Matrix isn't going to just give it to you freely. It's not going to give you your dreams freely. Your dreams are not going to become a reality until you face off against the challenges that are going to make it possible. Your dreams are not going to be a reality until when you're going through them, the challenges come to ask you, is this what you truly want? And it's ultimately going to be up to you to answer that question with, this is what I want in my life. This is a positive force, and the negatives are not going to stop me. because there's going to be, well, there's this part, and there's this thing, there's this test, or this goal. So if you just look back at school, right? So like when you're looking at school, you're looking at being graded, okay? And a lot of people, they try to cheat the test, okay? But the ultimate grade, it doesn't come from what we say. It comes from how we do what we're talking about. How we get after what part of ourselves it becomes. And see, the greatest part is sometimes people will say one thing. Those who truly get after it are the ones that are doing it. You hear what I'm saying? So it's okay to speak things. It's another to get out there and get after this life. It's another to get after the ability inside of yourself to believe in you. It's another to have people start to see your dreams and your goals. And I see a lot of people out there who want to have that. Are they truly getting after it to the point where it becomes that, where you are that, where it manifests? And this is the part of the blessing where if you do what you enjoy, it will follow you and it will become a reflection outwards. See, other people can utilize your gifts. Other people can utilize your goals. Other people can utilize your abilities when you utilize your abilities. You hear what I'm saying? What I'm saying is you can be who you want to be, but only if you're willing to work for it. Only if you're willing to put in the time for it, the effort, the energy, the mentality to become that. If you're expecting for your calendar to not fill up, if you're expecting for somebody else to fill it up for you, then you're not surely getting after it in life. Okay? If you're not becoming the reason why what you want becomes a purpose, if you're not at that level where what is happening is coming by results, it's just coming by surprise, then do you truly deserve your dreams, your goals? Do you deserve the ability for it to happen for you? See, when the universe yields, it does 10 times what you would think. When the universe gives you a dream, a talent, an ability, it's the one that sees it and uses it, that manifests it. It's the one who is told that's not possible and continues to get up, continues to get out there, continues to get after it. Who it's not a surprise when this stuff happens. It's not a surprise when your ability inside of you becomes a reflection outwards. Are you becoming that person? Is the result inside that you have what it takes? Are you something so much beyond other people's conditioning, other people's mentality, that your preparation, that your ability? See, when I went through scouting when I was younger, there's a thing that's called the Eagle Scout. Okay? To become an Eagle Scout, back when I worked to become an Eagle Scout, there were people who got all the way through the project but didn't graduate. Think about when you go through school and you finish whatever level school you finish. Okay? And think about how badly you wanted out of that. When other people wanted to continue, they wanted to embrace that. So when they achieve those things that they want to achieve, it's because they put in the time. It's because they put in the effort. They put in the ability. They had the ability to not be the best in the classroom at some point, to not be the one who got straight A's. You know, sometimes we gotta get D's and continue. Sometimes we gotta have failures so that we can have successes. Sometimes inside of those failures, you're gonna find yourself. You're gonna find what it means to be you. And so, how do we embrace those failures? How do we turn them into a positive force in our life? That way, we can graduate, right? So it's not about getting a high school diploma. That's what I'm saying. It's not about high school, although it is about succeeding forward and to not let yourself down. It's about not letting yourself fold when the universe is going to ask you what it takes to be you. And so, how many of you out there are finding after that part of yourself is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you're going to find inside the answers. You're going to find inside the ability, the strength, and the mentality. And it's inside of that place that the universe is going to be able to utilize you. Inside of that place, if you find that kind of joy, that you're going to overcome your challenges. And so, you know, when challenges come your way, you have the ability to turn those challenges into a positive force in your life or a negative force. And it's up to you to do so. It's up to you to look at what you have, what you're made of, and you find yourself and to teach yourself. Do you hear what I'm saying? It's not okay to sit stagnant. It's not okay to not allow motion, energy in motion, emotion to have a place in your journey. In your journey, you're going to fall. You're going to take some scrapes. You're going to take some time when what you're going through is going to be, is this worth it? Okay? And it's inside of those places that your roadmaps, that your ability to schedule, that your ability to plan ahead comes in. It's inside of those places that when those failures come, then preparation comes in. It's inside of those failures when you study that place is for. Okay? And so, are we doing that? Are we pushing ourselves to that extent? Or are we holding ourselves back? Is the thing that I'm asking you. See, because it's easy to say, I wish I had this. I wish I had that. It's a different thing to say, I don't have this because I didn't put in the time. I didn't put in the effort. I didn't put in the ability. A lot of times people sell out their ability. They sell out their mentality so that somebody else can achieve it for them. That's not what the biblical says. That's not what we're taught in school. Other people don't take the tests for you. Other people don't take the A's for you. Okay? So, when you start pushing yourself beyond where other people are willing to go, and you start to have things others wouldn't have, don't feel bad. But at the same time, help other people share what you do have. Give the ability that nobody else can be, which is you. And watch that part of yourself grow. Watch that part of yourself become a joy. When others need the skills, the traits, and the abilities that you have. You know, it's so awesome in this day and age that we can go beyond the norm. That we can decide the types of things that we want to achieve. It's so awesome nowadays that we have challenges that are there for us, that are there for you to go through, to grow through. Because if there weren't those challenges, then there would be a lot of people that didn't have the ability to achieve their dreams. When your limitations don't stop you, when your ability inside of yourself is greater than your challenges, when what you're seeking out after starts to seek out after you. You know, I heard this and I truly enjoy Steve Harvey. Okay, all right. I'm going to share a little bit about Steve Harvey here, okay, and why I enjoy Steve Harvey. Okay. Steve Harvey, okay, Steve Harvey, he was so poor at one point that he was sleeping in his car. He didn't even have enough money at that time to buy food. You know what? Steve Harvey was fishing for the food he had. Steve Harvey was in a place where he was sleeping in his car and all he had was a fishing pole. And one day Steve Harvey went fishing out in the place in Texas where Steve Harvey went fishing. He caught some fish, and it was somebody else's property. And they told him he had to release the fish. And Steve Harvey said, one day I'm going to be able to fish. And no one's ever going to be able to stop me from getting fish. And so Steve Harvey said, Most High, all I want is a little bit of land with a fishing hole. Okay? And so Steve Harvey looked up how much each person could get in land. He said, God, I just want that smallest amount. I want that amount that will give me the ability to continue and to take care of myself. And so he worked and did his thing, and he ended up buying a large piece of land. And that was the land that was meant for Steve Harvey. But it wasn't that whole entire situation that he went through that really made me realize how much Steve Harvey understood what Bruce Lee was talking about. See, Bruce Lee, he talked about understanding that I see in the third party. That when Bruce Lee was fighting, that it wasn't necessarily that Bruce Lee was fighting. It was that he was learning and observing the situations as they were happening in front of him. And that ability to be there, that ability to be present inside of that is what I'm talking about. And Steve Harvey said, you know, a lot of times we look at other people and we look at what they have And we forget that when we're going through challenges and we start to succeed, that's just because our parachute has opened. Because when you're free falling, when you're in that place where the challenges are coming, you have the ability to overcome those challenges if you continue. And so we should feel joy when other people's parachutes open, is what he was saying. Because yours is coming. Your parachute is already on its way. If you're being self-reliant, if you're getting yourself out there, if you're getting out after it, if you're putting in the time, if you're putting in the effort, it's just a matter of time before your parachute opens. And so that is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the focus, the knowledge, and the discipline to find that place where your parachute opens. And so here we are, and here we are in the ability and the mentality. The question is, what can we do to prepare? What can we do to put ourselves in that action, into that energy, and into that mentality? And so might this question be brought to you today, that you might find that space inside of yourself to work to find that joy, to find that place where helping other people becomes a reason for you to exist. I do hope that y'all have a blessed day. As always, namaste.